After 4.5 years of work, the EUROBENCH project celebrates its closure by bringing together at its facilities in Madrid at Hospital Los Madroños all the entities and third parties that have participated in the project in a 2-day conference, the EUROBENCH Summit. Financed by European Union programme Horizon 2020, EUROBENCH works to create the first benchmarking framework for robotic systems in Europe.
EUROBENCH is the first international effort to create a benchmarking framework, both methodological and experimental, to test the ability of robotic systems into real-life conditions. So the basic idea is to recreate into a laboratory like this, which is a testing facility, different conditions of daily life like stairs or slopes or unstable terrains. And the technology that we are testing are exoskeleton, prostheses and humanoid robots. And we also created a unified benchmarking software, which is a tool which allows anyone anywhere, basically here or in their own laboratory, to collect data from the experiments and upload this into a unified database that will automatically compute a set of performance indicators which describes the ability of the system.
Create this benchmarking framework, the EUROBENCH Consortium has organised 2 open calls to fund projects for the development and validation of facilities.
In this project we have the collaboration of more than 80 different entities that have been funded by EUROBENCH through these open calls, and more than 150 researchers. So that's, I would say, the first community on this topic, and now it's the time to move forward and keep together with this community, and for the next step is to make all these tools really usable in the everyday practice of researchers and developers.
Thanks to the collaboration of the funded entities, EUROBENCH has developed 2 testing facilities and a unified benchmarking software.
The EUROBENCH has 2 facilities. One is located in Italy, and the second one is located in Madrid, in Hospital Los Madroños. The facility in Madrid is attached, is joined to Hospital Los Madroños, which is a general hospital, and it includes several test beds for lower limb exoskeletons, wearable for wearable robotics. Namely, you can the facility includes testbed as the be stable, tested, or step by step.
The Italian Institute of Technology was creating the second facility in Europe inside the EUROBENCH project that is dedicated to the testing and benchmarking of humanoid and leg robots. The facility is actually physically placed in Genova. It's where just outside Genova, where is actually the IIT, the Italian Institute of Technology, is also located. And then it creates a space which is about 300 square meters, where different type of test bed equipment has been developed within the EUROBENCH project and integrated in the facility with a main purpose to benchmark, as I mentioned, humanoids and leg robots. The main, let's say, objective there is, of course, to validate the capabilities of these systems in terms of locomotion abilities. Locomotion is a big challenge for humanoids and leg robots in general, and it's very important to understand what this system can do, because certainly is a critical ability that always creates the main point of failure of this kind of systems when you enter in real environments. The facility is actually in a space where IT is also targeted to add additional, let's say, innovation facilities like industrial facilities, and make a cluster of such a facility that we eventually target to do a technology transfer eventually of these technologies, robotics, particular humanoids and leg robots, to use cases where you eventually see in a few years from now that these systems can operate in real conditions, which is, of course, at the moment is not possible, simply because the technology capabilities are not there. But benchmarking, we hope that will help a lot to understand what are the deficiencies and eventually help to develop further the systems to make it capable to perform these operations.
The unified benchmarking software is the central site where all benchmarking material is brought to the community.
The unified benchmarking software that we built in EUROBENCH has different purposes. One of them is to gather all the different protocols so that someone can go on the website and search for the appropriate protocols depending on their requirements, depending on the aspect they want to benchmark. Another aspect of the unified benchmarking software is that it also gathers all the metrics, all the algorithms that are able to compute automatically metrics, scores, based on the data collected during the experimentation.
Summit was attended by institutional representation, given the relevance of the EUROBENCH benchmarking framework for the robotics community in Europe.
I'm sure that this project, EUROBENCH, has opened the opportunity for Europe. In this case, they have only worked in exoskeletons, they have worked in humanoids, but they have opened the opportunity to create new areas, to work in new technologies, because they have developed all the methodology, all the artificial intelligence database and so on. So all together can help not only to robotics, also to the artificial intelligence community in Europe.
The EUROBENCH Summit was also attended by representatives of the scientific community around robotics, who have played a very active role throughout the 4.5 years of the project.
The importance of benchmarking is so important for robotics, because robotics has been trying to become mainstream for 30, 40 years, and nobody has been successful because nobody can prove that their robot is any good at all. And EUROBENCH has started that process by making key experiments, key ways of measuring forces, human-robot interaction, and of course, the most important thing is safety. And so benchmarking safety is going to be very important. And I think EUROBENCH has made an important start in that whole process. I hope it will continue. I hope the rest of the world will join also this European initiative.
So the relevance of EUROBENCH in the field of humanoid robots is related to the necessity to have humanoid robots for production and for assisting humans. So whenever a robot is supposed to collaborate with humans or generate a space, an artifact like a plane or a car, which is used by humans, it's very advantageous to have the robot in a humanoid shape. And in order to find the best robot for a given task, EUROBENCH provides the benchmarks, the tests to evaluate robot behavior independent of a specific design. So this is where EUROBENCH is highly relevant to check in a standardized way which robots are best for a certain task.
For producers of new robot products, it's important to be able to demonstrate that the robots can perform their tasks that they were designed for in real life, ahead of bringing them to the market, and also to have objective evidence of performance of the robots. Especially, I'm active in a company in rehabilitation robots, and to bring medical products to the market, especially robots. It is also really important to demonstrate in the certification process that the robots are actually functioning, safe, and to the benefit of the patient. And of course, we can do experiments with patients, but it's also very helpful that we can do a lab testing, like benchmarking, where we can actually demonstrate that the performance of the robots is like expected. So both the test equipment that is developed, but also the protocols of testing are really important to follow up with in industry and to see what companies also can use to demonstrate function of their device.
One stage of EUROBENCH. Its community will continue to develop its facilities and software to become the first benchmarking framework in Europe.